Good morning, children. So, we'll start with the science class now. So, already you have studied about the classification, importance of classification in the last video. And we have studied in the last video, we have also studied about the on what basis the classification is done. On what basis the classification is done. Right? So all that we have studied. So next part of the lesson we are going to study about the classification. Classification of living organism. Before that, we will study about hierarchy of classification. Hierarchy of classification. Hierarchy of classification. Hierarchy of classification. See, hierarchy of classification, I told you, every organism have a certain characters, common character and specific character. So if it give an example of human being is also having a common character. So we have a certain common character of mammal. Mammals means what? The organism which give birth to their young ones. Are called as mammals. They have a mammary gland. They can produce milk. So the female of mammals can produce milk. See, that is a common character. But we have certain specific character. Also. We can speak. No animals can speak. We have a thinking ability. So rather, comparably, other animals, we have a strong thinking ability. We are very creative. We make tools. So in older days, we used to make the tools by wood, tools by stones, tools by bones. All that we have done means we have all the creativity and thinking ability and can speak. That's why they are the specific character. Every organism has some common character and specific character. See, on the basis of this character, specific character as well as the common character, the organisms always they are classified into a group. Jivan B. Naik. Go and join the 10th class. I am moving you to Lavi. Please. Okay, thank you. Yeah, like that. Fab. See, hierarchy of classification. See, many scientists, I told you, taxonomists. The scientists who are related or who do this classification and naming the nomenclature of organism, they are called as taxonomists. This taxonomist, I'm going to tell now what is hierarchy. See, taxonomists have made a group. So they have made the group. Like example, I'll give what is the say it is a system of classification of organism. It is a system of classification of organism depending on the common character and specific character. I hope you got the point. So yeah, I'll tell you that. I'm going to write this. What is that? So hierarchy is nothing but it's a system of classification of a living organism depending on the specific character as well as the common character. So we'll consider the specific character and common character to segregate the animals in a group. That is called as hierarchy of classification. Hierarchy of classification. We'll see now. See, according to the latest classification done by R.H. Whitaker. R.H. Whitaker. So it's given in our textbook. Go through that. So R.H. Whitaker. So he has classified into the organism into 5 kingdoms. Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Mycota, Kingdom Animalia, Kingdom Plantae. On what basis? I told you on what basis they have done it. So yesterday I told you on the basis of the nutrition, on the basis of structure of cell, on the basis of type of cell. So all on that basis they have done five kingdom classification. They have placed all the prokaryotes in Monera, all the eukaryotes in other division. So they have placed the organism which do the photosynthesis in Plantae. The organism which do not perform the photosynthesis, but they are heterotrophic in nature, they have placed in Animalia. All the fungus which are non-photosynthetic, heterotrophic, they are placed under Mycota. Like this, we have placed under different divisions, different kingdoms. In that kingdom will have a common character. So we'll see one example I will give you. So scientific name of human is Homo sapiens. So we'll see the hierarchy system. So hierarchy of Homo sapiens. So Homo sapiens belong to the kingdom called Animalia. Why we belong to Animalia? Because we are heterotrophic in nature. We do not prepare our food. We will just depend on the food of other animals or plants. Animalia. That's why we belong to the Animalia. So next hierarchy is phylum. We belong to the phylum Chordata. So we are the animals. Homo sapien is the animal which has a notochord. Notochord will be there. There is nothing but notochord it will convert into backbone or vertebral column. Notochord is converted into vertebral column. To that group we belong. We belong to Chordata. There is one more phylum called as non-Chordata. Is it clear? So next is class. We belong to the class. So we belong to the class Mammalia or mammals. So belong to the mammals. Why we are belong to the mammals? We belong to the mammals because we have a mammary gland. In a female, if you take, the mammary gland will be there. Mammary gland will produce milk. So milk producing glands are present in our body. That's why we are placed in Mammalia. So family. We belong to the family called as Hominidae. Hominidae. So this phylum actually belong. Is it clear? So we belong to the order called as primates. We belong to the order called as primates. So primates means what? See, primates are the animals which stand erect Erect. Position is erect. All the animals will use for the walking. They use all the four legs. We take. We are the animals which we use two legs. So that's where we are primates. Means we can stand upright. Then we belong to the genus called Homo. Why? Because we have a thinking ability. We have a thinking ability, and we have a like our hind limb, our legs. If you take, so our hind limbs are more longer than the forelimb. This is hands are called as forelimb. Forelimbs are shorter than the hind limb, legs. That is why. Then we belong to the species called sapiens. Sapiens. So why? Because the main character is why we belong to sapiens species is that we are having the ability to speak. We have ability to speak. This is called as hierarchy of classification. So hierarchy, it is a system of classification. It is a system of classification depending on the most common character and specific character. Already I told you what is species. Species is a group of organisms which has a similar character and which can breed among themselves. That is called as species. See, all the animals which come under one species will have same character, and they can breed among themselves. They cannot breed with other these animals. Is it clear? That's the thing. Then if you take genus, see, genus means it's a group of species. 2 to 3 species are present in the genus, like monkey, apes, we animals, we human, apes, chimpanzees, all come under this genus. They have separate species name. Apes, separate species name, but they belong to the genus. Sorry, wait. The order is missed over here. Sorry, this comes first. So order comes next to the class. Order is primates. Then family. Family is hominidae. Is it clear? So small changes here. I wrote the order next to phylum. So actually, after class order comes. See, I am coming from here because it will be very convenient. So all the species, 2 to 3 species will come under the genus. Means the genus, the organism which have two different species will come under genus. They have a certain common character. Common character will be there. I told you Homo means what? So thinking ability. The animal which have a thinking ability will come under here. So monkeys are actually clever. Maybe you have seen in the news and all or mass media. They have an ability think like a human only. See, one example I'll give. I have seen in some news channels. They were showing some interesting fact. A monkey was trying to close the tap. The water was simply running. Water was actually wasted. So it was running from the tap. The monkey came and it will turn the tap and it will close the tap, and water will stop coming from the tap. That means that consciousness it is having, that it is a waste of, so something I have to do. That thinking ability is there with monkey also. Understood? Since every animals will have, but monkey are more related to the humans, no? That's why I'm getting here. Like that, they resemble. So the animals which resemble the sapiens will come under the genus. See, 2 to 3 genus will make phylum. 2 to 3 genus will make phylum. And this phylum, so group of phylum makes order. So order, 2 or 3 orders makes a class. A class. A class, 2 to 3 classes makes a phylum. And 2 phylum or 2 to 3 phylum makes a kingdom. Kingdom is the highest level of, so kingdom is the highest level of hierarchy. Highest level. Here the animals actually they are grouped on the basis of common character. The common character. So all the heterotrophic animals which do not prepare their own food, which will prepare their own food, and they are multicellular. The organisms which are multicellular, who cannot prepare their own food, that is heterotrophs, they come under the Animalia. This is the largest kingdom. The kingdom is the largest hierarchy. Largest steps in hierarchy. And if you come, so as we move from kingdom to the species, it moves from specificity. See here, phylum. Next. So below the kingdom, phylum comes. Phylums will have certain specific character here. Chordata, notochord will be present. All the animals with notochord come under animal, tiger maybe, frog maybe, fish maybe. All that come under the chordata. Remember that. Then mammals again specificity. Mammals means the animals which have only the mammary gland will come under mammalia. Means cat, dog, human will come under this because they produce milk during the gestation period. After the birth of the baby, they feed their baby with the milk. That's why mammalia. So all that come under order, primates. So after the class, order comes. These are the group of organisms which have a specific character. Example I am giving of human. Human belong to the order called as primates because we can stand erect. We can stand erect. Mammary gland. So here mammary gland. Because primates, why? Because we can stand erect. Understood? We can stand erect. Like that way, if you see the characters, there are many characters. So erect posture. And if you take here, I told you already. So here we have a character like we can stand erect because the structure is like that. Structure how it is? The lower legs are called as hind limbs. Hands are called as forelimbs. So forelimbs are shorter than the hind limbs. That's why we belong to the hominidae. And Homo, if you take here, we have a thinking ability. We have a better thinking ability. That's why we have belonged to the Homo. And sapiens, we have a speaking ability. We can speak. We can communicate with other same group of animals by other animals. We can just communicate. That's called as sapiens. The sapiens. So the species is the lowest hierarchy of classification. Lowest group of hierarchy of classification. This is highest and this is the lowest. I hope you understood this concept, hierarchy of classification. So if you have any doubt, please ask now. See, our scientific name, every animals will have scientific name like Homo. Our scientific name is Homo sapien. So Homo sapien, every animals will have two names. This Homo refers to the genus name and sapien refers to the species name. Species name. This type of naming. So every organism is named by two different names. One is genus name and one is species name. That type of naming is called as binomial. Binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. Binomial. Binomial means two names. By nomenclature. Nomenclature means naming. Understood? So Homo sapiens. In case of dog, it is Canis familiaris. Canis familiaris. So in case of tiger, it is Leo tigeris. Leo tigeris. Then in case of onion, Allium cepa. Onion. See, scientific name, Allium cepa. Allium cepa. To take. See here. So this is Homo. This is refers to the genus name. This refers to the species name. Species name. Every organism will have a name. So if you take mango tree, Mangifera indica, Mangifera indica. If you take paddy, sativa, Oriza sativum. So sativum oriza ante. So like this, every organism will have two names. That is called as binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. I hope you have understood the hierarchy of classification. Understood. So if you can give every animals will have this kingdom. Bacteria belong to the kingdom called as Monera. Understood. So in that many bacteria will be there. So like that, even bacteria will have this hierarchy of classification. Even mango tree will have this hierarchy of classification. Even dog will have this hierarchy of classification. So dog will have this hierarchy of classification. So this for the dog also this is common. Kingdom is common for dog. Phylum is common for dog. So class is common for dog. From here it will separate. So I told you Leo tigeris. So tiger belongs to the mammal. It belongs to the phylum Chordata. It belongs to the class Mammalia because it produces milk. And from here it changes. Like that. So there is a changes in order, family, genus, and species. For many animals, this will be common. Like that. So every organism, depending on the most common character and most specific character, they are organized, they are segregated in groups, and this type of system of classification is called hierarchy of classification. Is it clear? So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask now. So we'll move to the next thing. Next concept, that is classification. 5 kingdom classification. Raise your hands if you understood the concept. Yeah. Okay. Any doubts? If you have any doubt, please ask now. Shreya. So Shravani, sir, video is not clear. Maybe Shravani, it is your problem, I think. Maybe in your area the network is not proper. Because of that, you are having some problems in connecting. So if you are unable to connect, if your video is not clear, you can see the uploaded video also, no problem. Okay, so hands down. So some are still raising their hands. Okay, so we'll go to the next concept, it is classification. So we take the latest classification, it is RH Whittaker classification. RH Whittaker classification. So there are many scientists who proposed the classification theory. Many scientists, botanists or biologists classified the organisms on their views, and they proposed the theory like that. Many of the scientists I told you, R.H. Whitaker also classified the organism into five kingdoms. Five kingdom classification. So living organism, according to the R.H. Whitaker classification, they are actually divided into Monera, Protista, Mycota, Plantae, Animalia. So Plantae is also called as Metaphyta, or this is called as Zoophyta. Like this, they have been divided. They are being classified actually. So we'll see how it is. So what are the most? So this is the kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista. We are going to study about the characteristics of all this, the common characteristics of all this. Understood? So example for the Monera are bacteria. Bacteria is the most common character. Bacteria, blue-green algae, Archibacteria, Eubacteria. There are many of bacteria. This, you remember two enough, I think. Will not confuse you. So Archibacteria will be. So bacteria and blue-green algae. Here Protista. Examples are amoeba, Paramecium, Mycota, if you take mushroom, Rhizopus, yeast, take Metaphyta, all plants, algae also comes here, multicellular algae, algae comes over here, not blue-green algae are separate and this algae are separate, remember, they are not common, they have a separate character, that's why they are placed in separate kingdom. So commonly algae are placed in Plantae because they are autotrophic in nature, but here blue-green algae is there here, they are also autotrophic, but they are placed in Monera because of some reason. I'll tell you what is the reason. That if you take all the animals, so vertebrates and vertebrates are placed. So what are the most common character here? So Monera, all the organisms which come under Monera are made up of prokaryotic cell. They are prokaryotes. All prokaryotes are placed here. Understood? So prokaryotes are placed over here. That is the main thing. Here some are autotrophic also and heterotrophic also. So here if you take, they are eukaryotes. All the protistians are eukaryotes. Anushree, what is happening? You are rejoining again and again. So Lakshmi Shet also. Okay. So eukaryotes. Major, all the eukaryotes will come under here. And actually these are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs here. And here if you take, here also they are eukaryote. Eukaryote. And they are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs. And they are multicellular also. Multicellular also. Here, if you take, they are autotrophic. They prepare their own food. They do not depend on other animals for food. They do not. They prepare their own food by photosynthesis. If you take, these are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs and made up of eukaryote. See that all other character we'll see later one by one. So this is a common character. You write it from the video, from the YouTube. If you are not able to write it here now, afterwards you can write it in when I will be uploading this video in YouTube. So if you are not able to write now, you can write it later. So the meeting will end. I will send one more meeting link. Join with that link. Thank you.